few weeks ago, I almost drowned. There is this, jumping platform thingy that everybody was jumping on. So I thought, what the hell, I might as well try it too. It looked like fun. Apparently, I hit my head on the way down. I woke up lying on my back up on the platform, and this weird 40-year-old guy, pressing down on my chest. At first, I had no idea what was going on, but then the man who had revived me told me that I had been underwater. He said that he had been lucky to get a hold of me down there. A small part of me was happy to be alive.
Wait, what did you say?
A small part of me was happy to be alive, but the rest of me was screaming inside.
That is blasphemous! That is blasphemous! How dare you? How dare you say such a thing? That is insanity!
I can't believe he just felt that he had the right to just grab me under the water while I was not unconscious. I wasn't able to consent.
What the...
He thought it was perfectly okay to just grab my body and pull me in whatever direction that he pleased. He possessed my body, and he grabbed my waist and pulled me around down there like it was his right. Like he wanted to have sex with me down there in the water.
What did I just see? What did I just see?
Trust me when I say I have a lot to say about this, and I'm very clear on exactly what's going on here. But I want to try something different. I want to hear what you think. Instead of me deconstructing the female supremacy behind this and explaining how it's caused by 60 years of feminism like I always do, why don't we chat about it in the comments? What do you think? When you see a woman suing a man for saving her life, how does it make you feel? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Moving on.
Hey, Christy.
Hi.
We got your husband here, Tom.
She's really started hitting it hard in probably the last 6 months.
Wait, what did you say?
The last 6 months. The last 6 months. The last 6 months.
Yeah, living life to the fullest.
Your thoughts?
What? You actually this stupid. You're a simp!
The beta male sent me a giant...
Actually goes off the grid. The phone is off.
Little getting dug out. Raw.
On weekends, I kind of just feel like I'm a single parent stuck at home. It's not really fair on me.
Tom, what's your ultimatum?
You've got to choose. It's either be home with your family. I understand, yeah, you're going to go out every now and then, but not every weekend.
Does the word duh mean anything to you?
Huh? You're not 18 or 20 anymore.
This guy is fucking stupid.
I don't see an issue with it at all.
What is your answer to that ultimatum? Are you saying leave or I will stop partying?
Leave.
Oh, there's a big surprise. That's an incredible... I think I'm going to have a heart attack and die from that surprise.
You kidding, are ya?
You were literally too stupid to insult.
What more do you want me to say?
Is there more to this story, Christy?
Are you sleeping with someone else?
Are you retarded?
Well, seeing you taking it that far, yeah, there's somebody else.
Of course! Of course! Of course! Christy, there is someone else?
Yep.
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
I think you've got to get to the root of what you're running away from.
Truthfully, it's Tom. He just is boring.
Just like a woman.
Why are you wanting to treat Tom like this? Why are you wanting to hurt him?
We know.
Them gal are wicked, them wicked, them wicked. Them gal are wicked, them wicked, them wicked.
Some of you might be wondering why with my memes am I being so hard on the guy and not saying anything about the absolutely despicable behaviour of the wife. The reason for that is that the wife is just operating according to her nature. It is biologically programmed into female nature for a woman who is completely dependent in evolutionary terms, and in the modern day, women are completely dependent on men for their survival. Water, heat, electricity, etc., 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 all invented, ran and maintained by men. And in the evolutionary past, all the hunting was done by men, all the protection from predators was done by men, all the invention of tools and building of shelters was done by men. So for 4 million years, women have been completely dependent on men for their survival. So they evolved to seduce, manipulate and deceive a man into committing to providing his resources and protection to her, both while she's pregnant and while the infants are young, and if they have more infants, basically for the rest of her life. That's what women are built to do. This woman has just done that. She's done the oldest bait and switch in the book. She probably sucked his dick 3 times a day until he put a ring on her finger, and played the part of a carefree, playful nymphomaniac that loved him. The minute she, in this case they've got 3 kids, so the minute she had got her kids out of it, she revealed that she's a selfish, spoilt, entitled, overgrown toddler, like all modern women are. And she just went off selfishly partying and doing whatever she wanted, which is basically what wives do. So to me, her behaviour is just standard. For a modern woman, that's just standard. My problem is with the uber simp that married a cunt like that. Damn! Most men think that the biggest simps are the guys that subscribe to OnlyFans, especially the one that spend thousands, or slide into the DMs of Instagram baddies and blow smoke up their ass. Absolutely wrong. The biggest simps are men who marry women like that. Women in general, because pretty much all modern women are like that. Men who marry women are the biggest simps. This is such a misunderstanding of simphood and a misunderstanding of what the real problem in the world is. Now, if no men subscribe to OnlyFans, yes, women wouldn't be able to make money by being online prostitutes. But if no men got into long-term relationships with these despicable, selfish, entitled, overgrown toddlers, they would have to grow up. They would be humbled. They would get no resources from men. They would get no love, no care, no affection. They would get what they deserve, which is nothing.
That's not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous to say that.
They deserve nothing. Spoilt, entitled, selfish, solipsistic, sociopathic, zero empathy, overgrown toddlers deserve nothing from men. Agreed. Yet millions of men give them everything. They marry them. They go to work. They work their asses off to give them, to house them, clothe them, feed them, give them kids, be emotional tampons. That's the problem. Men, stop getting into long-term relationships, and especially marriages with women that don't deserve you. That's the problem. That's the problem of simping. And I'm going to die on this hill. I'm going to go to my grave yelling this message from the highest mountain top, because it's so obvious to me and nobody else is talking about it. Nobody else in the manosphere, in the entire manosphere, I haven't heard, and I listen to half the channels, I haven't heard a single person say this. The biggest simps are men that get into long-term relationships and quote-unquote fall in love with these cunts. Because that's what they are. I'm sorry, that's what they are. Selfish, entitled children in adults' bodies that don't give a shit about you. And as soon as they've parasited what they need off you, they are going to kick you to the curb, discard you with no empathy, no remorse, sociopathic, absolutely don't care. Anyway, if you think I'm being harsh, if you think modern women deserve your love and attention, if you think it's not simping getting into long-term relationships, tell me in the comments. Let's have it out in the comments. If I'm wrong, show me I'm wrong. Show me the evidence for how I'm wrong. Moving on.
If my husband talked to me the way that I talk to him sometimes, I would be in a literal puddle.
But why? Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
Sometimes I am so mean to that man.
Why? Why would you do that?
And he's always so kind.
You're a simp!
And I know that if he ever returned in the same words and the same tone, I would cry.
Are you done? Are you done?
Gentlemen of the red pill, I hope you realise that although she's pretending to take accountability for her abusive treatment of her husband, the fact that she has no intention of stopping her abusive treatment of her husband tells you that what she's actually doing is boasting to the sisterhood.
He needs some milk.
Women compete for status with other women, and in our gynocentric society, one of the ways that women can gain status is by dogging on their husbands or boyfriends. The more that they can show that their husband or boyfriend is their bitch, the higher their status amongst women.
You women are horrible.
Just want to let you know what this video is about, and it's about proving that the juice ain't worth the squeeze.
I've been married for more than 15 years.
Congratulations.
I have been in a side relationship that my husband recently found out about.
What? What the fuck?
How can I convince my husband to let me keep the side deal?
I beg your pardon? I beg your pardon?
How can I convince my husband to let me keep
the side deal? Keep the side deal.
I'm out. Yep, I'm out.
I mean, I rest my case. I rest my case. And I could find 1,000 other examples of wives casually saying for the entire internet to hear that their husbands are cockroaches, that they have no respect for and treat like shit, and it's perfectly justified. And the entire world will just sit there and say, yeah, I guess it is. I guess that's okay to have an affair and then tell the internet that you're having an affair and wonder how you can get your husband to just let you have an affair. I guess it's okay to sit in a car stuffing your fat face, saying how terribly you treat your husband and how you disrespect him on a daily basis, and he just takes it and never does it to you, and how if he did do it to you, you would cry. It's okay. It's just the way things are. And that's the fucking problem. Weak men. Weak, mother-wounded little boys in adult bodies, giving these women resources, attention, time, love, care, your life, basically. Giving these women your life when they think you're a cockroach, because they're all female supremacists. Their minds, their consciousness have all been corrupted by 60 years of feminism, as I'm always telling y'all, created by
the people Kanye proved you can't criticize,
in order to destroy Western civilization by making women hate men and be incapable of having healthy, loving relationships with men, and therefore being incapable of being good wives and good mothers, therefore destroying the nuclear family, destroying 2 generations of children, and along with the Great Replacement, mass immigration, the Kalergi Plan, destroying Europe and North America, Australia, New Zealand, the English-speaking world and the European world, so that a little country in the Middle East, which has been biblically prophesied to rule the world at the end of days and enslave humanity, can make their prophecy come true. That's what it's all about. But we have to start with the fundamental error, which is men projecting their mother wound onto women. Men whose mothers were corrupted by feminism and didn't love them unconditionally, 20, 30, 40 years later, still seeking the unconditional love from their mothers that they didn't get, by projecting it onto women they're attracted to, and therefore seeing those women through the rose-coloured glasses that they saw their mothers through, and therefore not seeing that these women don't love you. They only love what you provide. They only love how you make them feel, and the only reason they have sex with you is to hook you into falling in love with them, with all the brain chemicals, making you infatuated, making you commit to provide and protect for the rest of your life. And once they've got you, once they're living with you in a long-term relationship, or once they've got the ring and they've tasted the wedding cake, then you're going to find out the truth. That is the fundamental error, committing long-term to a modern woman. That is what has to stop. And I will die making these videos to get men to stop doing that. So if you support this work, if you support my work, please comment, chat in the comments. That gives YouTube very good signals. Obviously like the video, obviously subscribe, obviously share. You know what to do. You know the drill. Please do it if you like this work. If you don't like this work, either stop watching these videos or tell me why you don't like it in the comments. Don't be a pussy. If you disagree with me, tell me why. Make an argument. I can be convinced by a good argument. So make an argument to tell me how I'm wrong. Because it drives me crazy that I'm the only person saying something so fucking obvious that a retard can see it. Why is nobody else saying this? Is everybody so afraid of being cancelled? So afraid of women not liking them? What is going on? Why is everyone silent about the destruction of men? The absolute meat grinder of a gynocracy, just grinding up men's lives, making men lonely and depressed and apathetic, or living with absolutely despicable women and letting those women parasite their very lives off of them. Why is nobody talking about this? Please tell me in the comments, argue with me in the comments, or support this work. Or fuck off and don't watch the channel. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.